works, because if I'm thinking correctly, and if this works the way I think it might work, hold it. Let's just connect this to the button, and wait, if this works, that'll be crazy. Wait. You can stack rotation triggers and buttons? Yo, that's crazy. Like, yo, imagine if you could actually button a rotation trigger. Like that's crazy that you can have the fan be connected to both the rotation trigger and a button. But like, imagine if we could button the rotation trigger. Like this. Like, the fan spinning, you button this rotation trigger, and the fan stops spinning. Like, that'd be crazy. And you know what it would, and then, yeah. That's actually sick, like, you can have, like, a couple fans. And, like, I don't know. But, like, that's good stuff. You can set rotation triggers to your fans. You can stack it. Yeah, that's insane. I was worried this wasn't actually gonna work, but like, it does work. Yo, that's sick. Like, that's cool.
Sorry. We're doing the drop-off engine now.
Alright.
Just make sure you're packed up. That way, whenever it's time.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
Thanks. Yo. It works. Wait. Hold on. But the pressure plate. But let's see. Curly Root. Yes. I'll accept it. Didn't realize that it wasn't accepted yet. Good. But here's the strange thing. If you look at this, we're gonna connect a pressure plate to one fan and a button to another fan. But if we get a rotation controller, we can't rotation control this fan right here. It'll only connect to the floor. Like, we can't rotation control this fan right here. But we can rotation control this fan. Like, what's stopping me from rotation controlling this fan, which is connected to the pressure plate? And what's not stopping me from rotation controlling this fan, which is connected to the button? Like, that's weird. They need to fix it. They should make it so that we should rotation control the fan. We should make it so that we can rotation control the fan when the fan is connected to a pressure plate. and not just when it's only connected to a button. Like, that's a bug that needs to be fixed. Like, if you see it, like, that needs to be fixed. The button is connected to the fan, which is connected to the rotation controller. But also, if we connect the rotation controller first, we can also connect the button to the fan. But that's also not true, because the fan will reject the button being connected to it because of the rotation controller that is connected to the fan. So if you want a rotation control and button a fan at the same time, you can't rotation control the fan first and then connect the button to it afterwards. No. You have to take off the rotation controller, put the button connection first, and after you got the button connection, that's only then can you rotation control the fan. Like, that's weird. Why does it have to work like this? Like, and this works. Since this works, I'm expecting it to work properly. Like, why? Why can't we rotation control? Why can't we connect the button to the fan when the fan is being rotation controlled? But we can connect that same button to the fan when it's not rotation controlled, and then rotation control the fan, and it works. Like, what in the world is going on? Why are fans and buttons and rotation controllers so dumb? Yo, what's up, Team Astro? Welcome to stream. We're about to play some Knockout, but I am just utterly confused at this. So this is a Fall Guys fan. If you connect the button to it, it will be connected to the button. And it works. And then if you connect the rotation controller after you put the button on, the fan will rotate and you will be able to control it with the button. It's easy. But tell me why, once I take off the button, I can't put the button back on the fan if it's being rotation controlled. And the way to actually fix it is to unconnect the rotation controller, connect the button back to the fan, and then, and only then, you can connect the rotation controller. And it's really weird, is that if you connect the pressure plate to a fan, you can't even rotation control the fan anymore. Like, there's not even an option for the rotation controller to connect to the fan. And it'll be the same for if we connect the rotation controller to the fan. The pressure plate can't connect to the fan. Okay, got it, Team Astro. This is weird, this is dumb. They need to fix this. This is a weird bug. Like, I get it, 90% of the players aren't actually gonna be using this tech unless they are a super cool game type Fall Guys, I make games with Fall Guys thing. But like, for the players that actually want to use this type of tech, this actually prevents them from creating ways to pressure plate a fan. And you know what? Take it one step further. Why can't we connect a button to a rotation controller to turn on and off the rotation controller? Like, it would be so nice if we could just press a button on a rotation controller to stop the rotation of the rotation controller. Like, why can't we do this? Like, it would be so amazing if we could just stop the rotation controller from rotating until we press the button. Like, it'd be so cool if we could, like, turn on a thing. Older than 15. 14. But like, why can't... And also, why can't we trigger these buttons and or pressure plates? I mean, that's like not as big of an issue, but why can't we button the rotation controller? Like, that would be so good. That would be so incredible. And like, buttons don't work, pressure plates don't work, but we can connect a rotation controller to a button. But if we disconnect the button, we cannot connect the button to the rotation controller, which is connected to the fan. No, we were playing Knockout Show. We're not doing customs. But why? Why does this not work? Why is Fall Guys like this? Like, as soon as I put the button on, and then we can put the rotation controller on top of it as well. But if I take off the button connection, no, the button cannot reconnect unless I also take off the rotation controller connection and put the button connection on the fan first. Why? 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 Just why? Again. And more things that Fall Guys actually needs to update. Why? Why? Cannons. Cannons don't work. Cannons are not able to be connected to rotation controllers, no. But we can definitely toggle them on or off. Like, yeah, we can definitely toggle cannons on and off. But there's no point in toggling a cannon off if we cannot connect the cannon to a button. It can toggle cannons on and off, but if we just toggle a cannon off, that just makes it a glorified blimp, doing absolutely nothing. And it just makes it a glorified nothing burger. Like, this thing does absolutely nothing. Like, if you're using cannons as decoration, you don't actually need the thing to be off. And if you're trying to use it as decoration, try it sometime else, because the cannon can't even be overlapped. So you can't actually just use the cannon balloon as a decoration of like a blimp or something. It just doesn't work. And like, things that should be able to be connected to a button that aren't for some reason. Everything here. Like, everything here. Yes, I'm excited for the new mode. I'm on US East servers, the things that should be connected to a button which don't. Like, a button can easily just pause the rotation of an object. Like, you can it would be great if buttons weren't just used for like fans and these things. Like, a button could be used to stop the object from moving. Like, we can if we had buttons and it was connected to this, we can then turn off the function of it flipping. And then we can have this something connect to it to turn on the function of flipping. Like, simple stuff. We connect a button to this to turn on the function of rotating up. But then we press the button to turn off the function of rotating off, and or get it to sit at a certain position at a certain angle and stay there with the button. Once you press the button off, it'll work. We use spinning bar. We connect the spinning bar to a button. The spinning bar stops spinning. Then you turn it on and it spins again. Spinning plate. Use the button. Connect it to the spinning plate spinning plate stops spinning. And then you press the button, it spins. Rotating wall. Why don't we have size changing things for rotating wall yet? Ooh, that's cool. Greedy. But rotating wall. Why don't we have the ability to change the size of the rotating wall? First off. But two, we use button to stop the rotating wall from rotating, and use button to turn on rotating wall from rotating. Fan. We have fan. Use button on fan. Stop fan from rotating. Press button again. Fan rotates. Axes. Use button. Stop axe from rotating. Use button again. Cause axe to rotate. Like, these are simple things which, if added, would add a ton of ways to use maps. Button. Lily Leaper drum. Connect to Lily Leaper drum. Drum now doesn't drum. Press button again. Drum is able to activate drum powers and drum things. Good. A button. Turntable. Button. No, button. Thick bonkus. Use button on thick bonkus. Thick bonkus stops swinging. Use button again. Thick bonkus actually swings. Ew, we don't like bounce boards. We can use buttons for things, like, things would work well with buttons. Hoop platform. I'm just mad at this thing because we can't change the size of it. And Mediatonic thinks it's useless, so they're not gonna actually do anything to it when we actually need this thing to change, because it's useless at the moment. Why can't you even change the color of the slime on the inside the hoop platform and the color of the outside of the hoop platform? Like, that's something that we might need. Holy half pipe. Holy half pipe. We can only change the size of it like this. Why can't we change the size through settings? I'm running out of things to vent about. Push fan. Does this thing connect to button? No. Push fan. Use button on push fan. Turn off push fan. Use button on push fan again. Turn on push fan's fan. We can literally connect buttons to normal fans. Why can't we connect buttons to push fan? It makes no sense. Also, this thing again. Also, puncher. Connect button to puncher. Puncher, not punch. Press button. Puncher, punch. You can just press the button in the puncher, it will punch. Stuff, like super duper cool stuff. What else did I about? Hex tiles. Use button, like, button, I don't know. Like, connect button to hex tiles. Hex tiles all disappear at once. Press button again, hex tiles reappear. It'll be basically a glorified bean barrier, but better because there's no barrier part on the barrier where Fall Guys can stand and cheese the entire map. It'll just be bean barrier, but better. And then button, disappear hex tiles. Button, reappear hex tiles. Again, like, these things would work so well with the button. Pendulum. Pendulum. Use button. Pendulum, stop penduluming. Turn off button. Turn off pendulum. Pendulum starts swinging again. What else is there? Bumper block. Use button. Bumper block doesn't bump players anymore. Use button again. Bumper block bumps players again. Padded block. Use button. Padded block becomes a grabbable object that you can grab and climb up. Use button again. Uh-oh, padded block there is no way to climb on padded block again. Checkpoint zone. Checkpoint zone. Use button. Turn off checkpoint zone so that it doesn't checkpoint the player. Use button again. Checkpoint zone now works as intended. And then, okay, and like, let's see. Padded triangle. Button. Triangle doesn't bounce. Button again. Triangle bounce. Respawn zone. Respawn zone. Use button. Respawn zone turns invisible and now doesn't respawn the player. Press button again. Respawn zone eliminates player when touched. So like respawn zone becomes nothing when connected to button. It is actually able to be passed. Like you have a wall of slime, and like there's slime wall right here, and you want to get past it, so you have a button here, and then the button causes the slime wall to disappear and not eliminate you, and then you walk through it and it doesn't eliminate you or respawn you. Another thing that Mediatonic needs to add. Mediatonic needs to add the dark green color to the speed bump. It is literally in Dizzy Heights. You have the dark green color in Dizzy Heights. Why can't you just copy the dark green color from Dizzy Heights over to right here? Like, we got blue, red, and yellow, but we can't put the green one there. Like, why? We need justice for the green one. Also, why no Bert? Why isn't Bert in the game after so long? You literally stole one power-up, which was the Rhino Cannon, which was supposed to be Bert's power-up, which then was transformed into a Party Rhino power-up with no Bert. Like, this is insane. Nah, spinning plate maze. Why do you even exist? You have a lot of settings, but you're not good. No one's gonna use you because 1, you take up too much budget, and 2, you're so useless that no one's ever gonna touch you in this. Bumper. Use button on bumper to turn off bumperness from the bumper. Use button again. Turn on bumperness from the bumper. Okay. I'm running out of things to button. But like, if you could button all those things, like, problems with creative. Finish line. Make us be able to overlap finish line. It's so good. Like, finish line overlapization, which is help out. The only place we can overlap the finish line at the moment is the front, is the part of the finish line with the circle with the Fall Guys. I mean, yeah, you can do some stuff with it, but you can't, like, you can't get the inside of this. Oh wait, you can. Cool. But like, it's super stupid hard to get the finish line's inner circle in whatever you're trying to decorate the finish line with. Like, you can decorate the top of it like this, like that. Like, you can make a custom finish line like that, but I actually kind of want there to be a way to actually overlap your objects with the finish line. And no, checkpoints, not checkpoint overlap surprisingly doesn't work. And no, respawn zone over finish line overlap doesn't count. Like, this is cool that you made it so you can overlap the finish line with a checkpoint, but why can you only overlap the finish line with a checkpoint when you're building, when you're putting the overlap on, when you're spawning in the checkpoint zone? Like, why can't you just, I don't know, like, just do the overlap while you're with it? Why can't you just put this on here like that? It's easy. And why can't this thing overlap? I said that before, I'm gonna say it again. Why can't you overlap the cannon? That's dumb. Why can't you overlap these? Why can't you overlap the turntable? I mean, I seen what happens when you overlap. Like, this thing, like, you don't need the you can use the turntables. Why can't you overlap the DoorDash? DoorDashes are effectively one of the least used items in creative. And, like, in the beginning of creative, people were using it because of the tech that you could use with the DoorDash. With the bounce. Like, but now no one's using it for the infinite bounce height. And I don't know if the DoorDash infinite bounce height even works with the new physics. I haven't checked. Wait, I think I'm getting height. Like, I think it's working. Yeah, but like, when do we get to do some stuff with DoorDash? Like, come on. Why can't we overlap the DoorDash stores? They would work perfectly in, like, house builds. Like, builds where you have a Fall Guys in a house. But no, you can't overlap the DoorDash doors, you can't size up the DoorDash doors, you can't do anything to the DoorDash doors except add more doors and pick how many doors are good or not. It's hard to design a level around these DoorDash doors when the DoorDash doors in question aren't able to be overlapped. Like it's not the end of the world when the DoorDash doors are overlapped. They just can't have the physics that can't have the DoorDash opening pop out fully. It's just, like, I would absolutely just love if we could just overlap, like just move the DoorDash doors like 2 blocks down, so that the teeth on the DoorDash doors can't get in the way of players getting and jumping through the DoorDash doors. Like, there's even a way to overlap DoorDash doors into the ground, right? Like, but no one uses it because no one actually uses DoorDash doors. You get a DoorDash door, you get an edge piece, a basic edge, you grab the both of them, and then you get the basic edge. And it only sometimes works. It only sometimes works. Sometimes. Like, I think it only works when you grab the DoorDash, you copy the DoorDash, and then, like, you copy it, like, a few times, I don't know. Like, I did it in one of my maps on accident. But why? Why can't you do, like, the DoorDash doors to the ground? Hello, Mr. Clips, welcome to the channel. I'm just ranting about stuff that should have been in Fall Guys. Like, you can only connect DoorDash door like this. Like this. Look at this. This is a perfectly feasible way to overlap your DoorDash door. Look at this. I found, but then the second that you unoverlap the DoorDash door, it breaks. So the way you do it is you place down, you get overlap, you connect this to the side, then you turn off object snap, you grab this, you turn on object snap, you snap it, you turn off object snap. I don't know how I did it, but it happened, so, because I'm mad that you can't actually add anything else to the finish line. You add overlap, you turn object off. Why in the world did it work when I did this? And then you copy it. You copy your DoorDash store. And then you connect it here. And then you go and then you turn off object snap. And then no, you turn on object snap, turn off and on, and then you turn that off. And then, and only then, are you still not able to overlap the DoorDash doors to the ground. Are you kidding me? Why did it work for 1 second and then not work? I don't get it. I know how to overlap these doors. Why isn't the overlap working? And now, like these, they just don't overlap them. You just turn on that. We connect it here. We turn off that. We connect it here. We turn on that. We connect it here. We turn off that. Confuse the game. I think you gotta confuse the game. Like, to connect the DoorDash doors, like, to, like, connecting the DoorDash doors to the ground. And then you just turn that off, and then, no, like that, but then, like, this, but then, like, this. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I did this before, it happened, it worked. But why in the world is it not working anymore? Like, you can record, look at that recorded video and see it by my own insane. Like, why isn't it working? Why? I can overlap you. I think you, like, turn it off, turn it on. Then you just gotta get the edge, connect it. And then, like, unoverlap it, and then overlap it, and then, like, push it down. But why? Why did it work that time? Why is it not working anytime else? Why? And then I think I need to copy the door. Rotate, no. No, how did I overlap these doors before? Because there's a way to overlap the DoorDash doors. I just forgot how to do it. I did it like once. And in one of my maps, it has actually overlapped the DoorDash doors. But it's just so stupid the way you have to actually overlap them. So like, I'm pretty sure what I did was I just copied them. And like a few times. Okay, I broke it. Help, help, help. I broke this. What did I do? What did I do? Oh no. My buttons aren't working. Oh no, I just broke creative mode. All I can do is move. Nothing is working. And I think I just broke the DoorDash doors by trying to overlap them. But look, overlapping DoorDash doors. Hooray, I actually did what I was trying to do. But I also broke the game as well. That's a win-win in my book. I'm pretty sure you have to do like a full reset on the game to fix this problem. So I should probably end stream right here just to try and deal with this issue. But thanks for coming to stream, I guess. I'm happy to have you here. Bye.